Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I have a M16 gun guide slash class setup video for you. The M16 is a tactical rifle in Black Ops Cold War, one of few tactical rifles. Now, what are tactical rifles? They're pretty much just more powerful, more heavy hitting assault rifles that have typically less mobility and are more for your medium and long range gunfights, while your assault rifles can do a little bit better up and close range than these tactical rifles. The M16 specifically is a 3-round burst, and I have a 8 attachment class setup for you. If you want 5 attachments, I'll give it to you later in the video. Quick dot LED, muzzle brake 5.56. There's 2 different barrels, the strike team or the rapid fire, depending on if you want more range with your M16. Strike team is your one. The front grip, first laser, tactical stock, fast mag, and quick draw handle to increase aim down sight speed. Now, the M16, as you could see in this gameplay, typically I'm taking more medium to long range gunfights, as it is not as successful in your close quarter fights. So on a map like Moscow, where you've got a little bit more tighter range fights, it's not going to succeed as much. But on a map like Satellite, you're going to find a lot more success, as there's a lot more medium to long range engagements. So being a burst weapon, it definitely feels a lot different now. If we look back at the previous game, Modern Warfare, it had its own burst weapon, being the FAMAS. There isn't like too much difference in looks and stuff, but it definitely feels different. The FAMAS just felt like it was like a sponge, especially if you weren't one bursting people. The M16 feels very nice, even if you aren't hitting those one bursts. It feels like a good burst weapon that is just fun to use. And there's been a few burst weapons where I do like to use, like the M87, M81. And for if you want to run 5 attachments and you don't want to run 8 attachments, I would take off the laser, the tac stock, and the fast mags, and run with the quick dot LED, the muzzle brake 5.56, whichever barrel you want, strike team barrel or rapid fire, the front grip, and the quick draw handle. Also, make sure, guys, if you guys are not subscribed, to subscribe, leave a like for more content like this, for more gun guides, class setup videos. It really means a lot, and the more subscribers I see, the more I'm seeing that you guys enjoy these type of videos. Also, join in my Discord server in the description below, where we could talk, chat about potential new videos and other ideas and feedback you guys have. Again, link in the description. But back to the video. The M16, out of the other tactical rifle that was in the game, the Type 63. The Type 63 was a semi-auto kind of 2-shot weapon, 2 to 3-shot weapon. They're both high damage, slow kind of firing, more longer range engagement weapons compared to the assault rifles. That's why they're tactical rifles and not assault rifles. That's kind of the different. They're a bit bigger, but they're not like LMGs big. But again, it is my favorite tactical rifle. I use the Type 63. I'm just not very good with weapons where you've got to use kind of a trigger finger, and it felt like the Type 63 also kind of limited how fast you could shoot the trigger. I don't know, maybe my trigger finger's just that bad, because I do use the triggers, not the bumpers. But the M16, again, 3-round burst. It's easily one of my favorite bursts that I've ever used in Call of Duty in general. Obviously, the M87 from Black Ops 3 was pretty solid. The XR2 from Black Ops 3 was okay. From Black Ops 2, the M8A1 was really fun to use. And I don't remember Advanced Warfare or in Infinite Warfare, and Black Ops 4 I never really used. So I've used a couple of burst. I typically don't like burst weapons just in general. They kind of feel soft and kind of slow firing, and they don't feel worth it because it's kind of harder to hit the 3-round burst. But it doesn't feel too hard to hit a 3-round burst on the M16. Feels really nice and very satisfying when you are hitting majority of your shots with the M16. And with the quick dot LED, it feels like you kind of got like an iron sight kind of weapon without having a reflex sight, because I don't love reflex sight, and I kind of just like how the quick dot LED is kind of this small little reflex sight that gives you kind of the feeling of a red dot sight, but also giving you the kind of small feel of a iron sight type weapon. I like that in between, but there are other reflex sights that you could attach onto it. Now, as far as competitive, I don't know if they're going to allow tactical rifles in competitive, as I do follow the competitive scene. I'm kind of trying to get into the competitive scene, and so I don't know how it's going to fit into the meta. Obviously, we don't know the other weapons, the maps, how the game's going to play, so that I'm not really worried about. And so the next time you guys can use this weapon would be the early access PS4 beta October 8th and 9th. Then the open beta for PS4 begins this weekend, by the way, October 10th. I'm really dating this video. October 10th, 11th, and ends early on the 12th, the morning of the 12th. Then the next beta cycle is 15th to 18th, the 15th and 16th of October being early access for PC and Xbox and open access for PS4, and the 17th and 18th and maybe 19th are open access to all platforms, and it's cross-platform playing. I don't know. There is supposed to be a progression system in the next beta, but it's only supposed to be for the beta only, not going to include the multiplayer, which seems pretty standard. There are apparently new badass score streaks you can unlock. Direct quote from Treyarch in their like blog post or Call of Duty. Direct quote. Yeah, badass streaks. And obviously we'll see more weapons, so I could create more gun classes and gun guides. The chopper gunner, extremely fun to use on satellite. Not so much the other maps, but again, M16, 3-round burst, long to medium range gunfights. You could definitely win the up close gunfights with the fire rate barrels. And so the difference between the two barrels is the rapid fire barrel just increases the fire rate, but the strike team barrel increases the fire rate by more and increases the aim down sight speed, I believe. I haven't been able to play the alpha in a while, so it's been a long time since I'm making this video. And then the effective damage range, basically how far your bullet's going to be damaging, so your range is going to drop off with the strike team barrel. So if you want more range, you're going to choose the rapid fire. So in something like Warzone, you're not going to use the strike team barrel, you're going to use the rapid fire barrel because it doesn't have that decreased damage drop off range. But yes, in a multiplayer map, I didn't really feel too much damage drop off, but hopefully you guys enjoyed.